only lose when you give up.
Incorporate failure and learning as part of the business plan.
See, I don't believe in giving up. I believe in pivoting.
People don't account for any sort of failure, any sort of issues at all. And I think that's where people then go wrong.
I think people go into stuff with unrealistic expectations.
Standing on the shoulder of giants, right? I think investing your time, your money, your energy, your resources with people who have done what you want to do.
You have to stay in the game. If you want to be a player and win in the game, you have to stay in. So I saw a video the other day, and it was basically, the premise of the video was that all these successful people have been trying for years. It gave the example of Tupac. He created 750 songs and only 2 went sort of number 1. It gave Van Gogh as an example. Like, he done all these paintings, but there's only 1. But there is an idea in people's head that if they try once, try 10 times, try for a year, and it doesn't work, they need to give up. And that's what I want to talk about today.
No, I'm totally with you. I feel like these days people just want success yesterday, right? And people aren't willing to grind and graft it. But let me see this video quickly.
Yeah, let's jump into it. So this is the video.
Tupac recorded 501 songs, but only 2 became top 10 hits. Van Gogh painted 2,100 paintings and only sold 1 while he was alive, and it was 6 months before he died. Sabrina Carpenter released 67 songs and 5 albums over the course of 10 years before she had her big hit, Espresso. And Glenn Powell spent 19 years trying to become an actor before Top Gun Maverick made him a star. 19 years. And Connor Story spent 8 years waiting tables, and he was ready to quit acting for good. And the day he almost got fired, he got an email, and he found out that he got the lead acting role in Heated Rivalry, the biggest acquired HBO show in history. And you're giving up because you've tried twice? Maybe 10 times? A winner is just a loser that tried one more time. That's it. Winners lose more than losers even try.
Yeah, that's sick. Wow.
Boom, boom,
Wow.
boom.
A winner is a loser that just tried one more time. That's mad. I want to use that. No, that's a very, very eye-opening kind of thought with that. And it just really kind of shows you that a lot of what we're trying to see here, or a lot of what we're seeing here, is just persistence. But why do you think a lot of people don't have that persistence? Why do you think a lot of people that do give up? Like, is it like insanity? Is it delusion? Like, what is it?
I think people go into stuff with unrealistic expectations of what it actually requires to become successful in it and how long it's actually going to take. So people will start a business and expect that business to help them leave their job within 6 months, 12 months. And really, where does that expectation come from? So I feel like there's a level of unrealistic expectations. So when you start something and you don't, or it doesn't meet that level of expectation, you give up and think it doesn't work. But it might have just needed you to stay one more year, go one more day, like go for 5 years. And I think even for me personally, I've stopped measuring success in days, months, years, and I'm looking at decades. I think Reese Wabara, shout out to Reese, he said something, don't start something unless you're prepared for it to not work for like 10 years, bro.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? And I know that's not an easy thing to do, but
it's very hard. It's kind of like, it's very, very hard. Obviously, people love this thing of like instant gratification. Like, you know, people like, we're in a society where things are at your fingertips. You want Chinese, there. You want a brand new bed, it's there. You want to buy a house, cash, you can get it tomorrow. Like, you can get things quite quickly. So when people don't invest in their time, their money into a business and just tell them, man, I've got to wait 10 years to see a little bit of crumbs, it's mad. And it's quite hard to sort of visualize. But I do understand that is part of the journey, right? That is very much part of the journey. But I think what I'd like to spin it, or how I like to spin it, is that you need to incorporate failure and learning as part of the business plan. And I feel like that's one thing that not a lot of people like to incorporate. That people often a lot of the time just think, yeah, boom, all right, cool. I'm a sick, I don't know, hairdresser, or I'm a beautician, or I want to set up a barbershop or whatever. I'm sick of doing trims. Yeah, everything's just kind of like fall into place. I'm not going to have cash flow issues. I'm not going to have staffing issues. I'm not going to have marketing issues. I don't need to worry about my seasonality in my business. Like, people don't account for any sort of failure, any sort of issues at all. And I think that's where people then go wrong, number one. And then 2, the unrealistic expectations that you mentioned kind of likes to come across.
And my question to our listeners, our audience, if you had to grind for 10 years and not see no results, but then know that after the 10 years, you're going to have that breakthrough. Is it not worth just keep going and grinding until you kind of make that breakthrough? Because I truly believe that's where success is. It's not seeing those big wins along the way.
Yeah.
It's like just staying consistent. It's boring, like grinding, going. Year one, all right, cool, we got through year one, year two, year three. It's not this massive, major success all at once. And I think I've had to learn that personally. Like, I've been running my business now for 4.5 years. I'm still not a millionaire.
Yeah.
And I understand that might be in year 10 and be okay with that.
Yeah.
It's about being okay with that, in my opinion.
I see that, but then now referring back to an older episode is, when is the right time to give up now? Is it the 10-year? Is it like, when does like it kind of get ludicrous, or when does it kind of get like, I've exhausted all my resources, or it's nothing's happening right now? What's the fine line?
See, I don't believe in giving up. I believe in pivoting. There's a big difference, because you could be trying something consistently. It's not working. It doesn't mean you need to give up. It might just mean you need to change direction. You was going straight. You've hit a dead end. Let's turn back and let's go the other way. It's not necessarily giving up. It's pivoting. And again, I only speak for experience, because I look at some of the previous businesses that I've done and I gave up. And now I'm in this business and I've managed to build this business to the level of success it is. I have nightmares, bro, about what could have been if I'd just stick with previous businesses. And I look back now, and at the time you feel like, oh my God, there's nothing I can do. But if you just slow down and think, what can I do? There's always something you can do slightly different to make it work.
100%.
You might approach something and think this is the way, and then realize actually it's not.
Yeah. I feel like a big thing in business is your staying put power. Your staying put power and your level and your threshold of resilience, I think, to like pain, suffering, difficult conversations. Stress. Oh my God.
Off camera, like when we started this podcast almost 2 years ago, he looked so young.
Bro, literally, like it's yeah, no, it's ridiculous. But I definitely think like a staying put power is possible. It's a necessity for business. You know, me and my business partner, we talk like, you know, we support a lot of people in business and kind of getting started in property. And there are some people that we've spoken to is like, it'll be very shocking for me if they can kind of manage it, because, you know, your website is getting delayed by one day and you want to throw your toys at the pram. Like, wait until you flipping have a roof issue, or you have a leak, or you have a plumbing issue, or your house has been fully raided.
You've got to pay back the client all the money that they paid you.
You know what I mean? Like, what happens then? So I feel like it's obviously, don't get me wrong, it's a skill that you kind of learn. Like, obviously, I wouldn't say that my stress tolerance was always like this high, but it's something like you like, again, like you need to plan for and like also like account for as well.
And I was going to say, guys, like, you know, like we just watched in the video, if you're going through something right now and you feel like giving up, understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the hardship that you're going through now is almost like training you for the next level. Like you are not who you need to be to achieve what you want. So this struggle that you're going through, this pain, this resistance, it's training you. It's preparing you. It's like getting you ready for that fight. And then once you're ready, that's when your breakthrough will come. I feel like nothing doesn't happen before the time.
110%. And I feel like another thing as well you need to also consider before you start giving up is you need to look within your industry, within your field, within the business that you want to do. Is there anyone else that has been successful? Is there anyone else that has done what you want to do or is where you want to go? Because 9 out of 10, you're not doing something brand new, right? Like a lot of the people like that we read in the video, like Tupac wasn't the first artist. Sabrina Carpenter wasn't the first like female musician to have all these albums. Van Gogh wasn't the first, painter. Like there were so many people before them, right, that have been able to be successful and have achieved a lot of where you want to go. So also use that as a form of inspiration and also like a memory, like not to give up, because you're no different to them and they're no different to you. And that's always been like a big, massive motivator for me. Is like, man, I can just dumber people, stupider people, even though it's not a massive intelligence thing, but there are people who I know I'm 10 times better than them, 10 times better at it in terms of what I'm doing. They're smashing it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Cool. So in terms of like, someone who's, like I said, who's maybe going through it right now, I can't do this anymore. This is too much. What kind of, give one action step or one bit of advice that you give to that person who's maybe in that situation right now?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me, in terms of like advancing myself, and I think one thing you always say, I'm quoting you a lot, standing on the shoulder of giants, right? I think investing your time, your money, your energy, your resources with people who have done what you want to do. And I think that by far is the quickest way And for those of you who are impatient, one of the quickest way to fast track your success, right? To get you to where you need to, and to also help you with that staying put power. Because, you met, what's the guy that owns Arsenal Fan TV at an event?
Robbie Lance.
Robbie. What did he say to you, bro, about podcasts?
Yeah, so I asked Robbie
to help you with that staying put power. Because, you met, what's the guy that owns Arsenal Fan TV at an event?
Robbie Lance.
Robbie. What did he say to you, bro, about podcasts?
Yeah, so I asked Robbie, I was at the Premiership Awards, and I said to him, like, what piece of advice would you give to someone who's putting out content? He was like, just keep putting out content. Don't worry about the views. He said, when we first started Arsenal Fan TV, our views were like low.
How long did he even say?
It took him like maybe 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. Like, we've just been at this for a year and a bit. A year and a bit. Again, even between us, we're like, we're doing the right thing, spending all this money, doing all of this, like, should we give up? Like, again, even between, like, no one's a finished article. But it just goes to show, like, imagine us not, and he's not the first person that said it either.
No.
Right? Sure. Even people who are podcasters have said, like, you just got to keep at it. Remember, like, there's another guy at the barbecue, you had a barbecue at your house, and there was an older guy, and you must have said something like, we want to, you say this story.
Yeah. So the story was, so I had a barbecue, and there was a guy, elder guy actually, who listens to the podcast, and he was like, "Oh, how's it going?" I was like, "Yeah, it's going really well, but like things are a bit slower. Trying to build it really quick." It's like, what's the rush? Like, why are you rushing to build it? Like, it will build when it's ready, and it was so humbling to hear him say that.
Yeah.
Like, literally, and it's like that whole thing. We want it now. Yeah. We want 10,000 subscribers now. We want that 7-figure business now. It doesn't work like
100%. And I say all of that to say that by us surrounding and being around people who are giving us this feedback and give us this insight, it's a humbling experience to know, cool, when it happens, and you'll be more than ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I think for me, I'm going to keep mine quite simple. I'm going to give the analogy of going to the gym. And the reason why, because I'm a gym goer, and it's almost like I've got to the state where I'm like, it's harder to stop than it is to keep going. Because if I stop, I'm starting from zero. Yeah. And it's always harder to stop or to start again at zero than it is to keep going.
100%.
And it's like, you've got yourself to a certain place. Why stop now? Look back and look at all the things that you've experienced, all the skills that you've gained, all the knowledge that you've gained, everything that you've gained. And you're now going to stop and start again.
Yeah, it's difficult.
And nothing good comes easy. Like, and I feel like when you finally do get there, it's going to feel so much more rewarding because you know everything that you've had to go through to get that. The pain, the struggle, the sleepless nights, like the stress, like the crying, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's painful. Like, success is pain, but pain is temporary. It never lasts.
Yeah, 100%.
So
No, definitely. I love that. In terms of, like, for a lot of people who are in this sort of phase now, we've kind of given some practical steps. I said, get mentorship, get advice, be around, people in your community or in your industry who are where you want to be. And you've also mentioned, obviously, in terms of your point, but like in terms of a mindset that one can have, because we always see like mindset is quite a big thing. What are some things so that one could do to try and adapt that mindset to kind of like shape them for this?
Yeah, like that guy said in the video, and you laughed, like, you only lose, and I've said it in one of our early episodes, you only lose when you give up. If you don't give up, you can't lose. Do you know what I mean? So I'm almost like, you have to stay in the game. If you want to be a player and win in the game, you have to stay in. So my thing is just stay in there. Just like stay in the game, bro. Because the minute you jump on the sidelines, now you're out of the game. You can't win. So I say that to say this, like the video said, a winner is someone who just didn't give up, bro. They just kept going and going and going and going. And eventually you get that breakthrough, man. But you can't get that breakthrough if you don't stay in the game.
100%. But bro, I think that was a solid one. But guys, I really hope you appreciate this episode. I think there were a lot of gems.
Yes, indeed. Off the cuff.
Very, very straightforward.
Yeah, that video, like I just wanted to kind of share it because it made me think there's a lot of people around us, like, our mentees and stuff who, complain about this. It's hard and feel like giving up. People are not even just our mentees, like people in life.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard.
Very.
It's not easy, So if you want to win in this game of life, understand that you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing through the adversity, through the pain, through the struggle. And eventually it will be worth it.
110%. But guys, I really hope you appreciate this episode. We're trying to make it as simple and as easy for you guys to be able to get all this gems and all these juicy information we're giving you on Apple Podcast and also on Spotify. JP, what's the goal?
The goal is we are pushing for the 1,000 subscribers. We're not that far off, funny enough. So thank you guys again for those who have supported already. If you're subscribing, love, love, love. But if you're watching this, guys, press that big red subscribe button. That way you'll get notifications on shorts, on videos, etc. And it will just keep you inspired, hopefully keep you motivated, and just maybe help you go to the next level in your life.
110%, bro. But guys, as always, make sure you tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell his mistress. As always, guys, love, love, love.
Elevate.